Didn't take long, folks, but thunderstorms have popped up and developed. Welcome to this Facebook Live. And so we've got an additional storm that's moving into Siloam Springs. Just to let you know, if you live in West Siloam Springs, you are about to experience hail. How do we know that? We can actually see the hail core. See that white that's on the screen on your right hand side? And look at even the, I think there's looks like a little bit of a hail core coming down. So this is looking to the west southwest from Siloam Springs. You can see that milky white. That milky white does represent some hail moving in. It's not quite severe warned yet. Here is a look at Siloam Springs, and we've got that thunderstorm that is just now knocking on the doorstep of Siloam Springs. If we look at that hail size, right now it's about nickel size, but continuing to increase in diameter potentially as these storms are beginning to finally organize. Well, here it is, 8 o'clock, maybe a little bit of a delay in the thunderstorm activity. We do have additional storms that have developed and have become severe, one in particular that's in northwestern Carroll County. So we continue to see that high winds and hail in Seligman. Alexis, you have a little ways to go before it makes its way into Western Grove, but yes, it's possible that it could be moving into Western Grove, if not likely that you will see thunderstorms. So we're not done yet, but yes, it does appear, Martha, that these storms are developing right on top of our location. And so therefore, by the time they probably get organized, they're going to be a little bit more to the north. And if we look at Arkansas Children's Northwest WeatherBug Network camera, what camera were you looking at there when we were facing due north?
We were looking at the Springfield. No, we were looking at the Springdale Children's Northwest. That's a still image from the past.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm gonna go here and pull that up.
It still doesn't help.
It's kind of annoying. Is that?
All right, so here is we're bringing that up right now. So this is Arkansas Children's Northwest. We're looking north, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And one of the things you're going to be watching with these storms is how you can tell there's wind shear because you have what's called the precipitation freebase area. That precipitation freebase is on the leading edge of the storm. Your updraft is tilted. And because of the wind shear, that's creating what's called downwind or downstream precipitation. That allows the updraft to sustain itself. I think there's we'll see if we continue to see some lightning off in the distance. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this lightning from Weather 2 off of here because it's a little distracting to say the least. All right, so anyways, so here's what we've got. We got the newest risk that's coming out here shortly. We're going to take a look at that in just a second, but we do have a thunderstorm it looks like to me, Zach and Josh, that I think this thing might be a little bit outflow dominant. What we mean by that is there's outflow that's moving from north to south, and it's undercutting these storms. They just have that visual appearance. There isn't really rotation with them at the moment. You can kind of see how it's a little more elongated. Kristen said it was crazy. It blew hard in Bella Vista on the west side, and then it moved out and went around us, and all the lightning hit right around the house so loud. So, yeah, there's definitely some intense lightning with those storms. No power in Seligman, so there's the storms that are moving through southwest Missouri. And what's weird is that's after this moves out, that might be the end of it. Which means that this risk is shifting east pretty fast.
It is.
What do you think of that? Well, there is a little more development southwest of Tahlequah. Now, here's the big story. This is kind of a little bit of a delayed severe weather event. And the reason for that is because we have the energy that's kind of lagging back a little bit. Mm-hmm. So we'll show you all this. We'll kind of give you the details on this. But we still have River Valley's not done yet. Yeah, Larry, not even close because there's more energy moving in, and you guys are very warm and humid. The front hasn't come through yet, and there could be additional storms that pop up. So I'm not saying that this is the end of it all, but let's go ahead and we'll look at a track on this. So this is the track that's moving through Siloam Springs, and we'll see if it's actually hailing in Siloam Springs right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is. So here's our WeatherBug Network camera. Looks like some rain could be coming down right now. That's also not updated.
Here, I'll pull it up right here.
All right. Yep. You know, that's there you go. There's the storm that's moving into Siloam. And on the leading edge of that, you got a little bit of a hail core. We'll bounce back and forth to the radar and show you that. But right now, we got some hail moving over Siloam, it looks like. Yep. It would be about ½ inch, nothing super major. Hail core is actually just a little south of our WeatherBug Network camera. So if we take this camera and point it just a little bit more to the south, I did stop recording. Yeah, we can get a link from him. Hailing in Siloam. Well, there you go. That's what we were just talking
Confirms
about.
It. Yep.
And yeah,
some gusty winds as well, but not really severe. At
some heavy rain.
Yes.
Very heavy rain. You can see how that thunderstorm popped up. And so it says, when you say the threat is shifting east, do you mean east of the viewing area, as in east of Newton County? No. Newton County is still in the threat. These storms are making their way towards Newton County. Trees down at Family Farm in Seligman. So these storms have the potential to be pretty intense.
They can ramp up very quickly, too.
There you go. Mark Laster. We know about him.
Yeah.
He says storm moved through Jane. Not a lot of rotation, but a lot of outflow. I sure hope so, Kelsey, as the Fayetteville Fizzle coming to the rescue. I sure hope so. Here's a look at Heil Heating Cooling Mega Doppler. There's the thunderstorm that's directly over Siloam Springs right now. Who's okay? All right, let's go ahead and we'll give them the link. What you can do is just send them that right there. So
take a picture.
Yeah, take a picture of it.
Now, we do have one severe thunderstorm warning in our area.
Yeah,
right
let's
now.
go ahead and we'll cover that. Josh is mentioning severe thunderstorm warning in our area. It goes until 8:30. It's northeastern Benton County and northwestern Carroll County, and also southern Berry County.
Yes.
So those are the areas that are under that severe thunderstorm warning. Goes until 8:15. We just had the mention of the trees down at Family Farm in Seligman. So Centerton, just all depends on where the storms are. All the people in Bella Vista can go to bed. You're in the clear. I don't know about that.
Not quite yet.
It's getting close.
Getting
though.
closer.
But see, there's the problem is, and I want to show you this, that there could be additional storm activity popping up. It is weird how this weather pattern has kind of evolved. It hasn't evolved exactly as expected, but there still is plenty of instability. The tornado watch goes until
New update.
It does go until 10 o'clock, and we do have a new update on the tornado potential. So things have shifted a little bit to the east. Notice that we still have that tornado risk over our area. Now, granted, the strong to violent tornadoes is shifted east because of the development of the storms a little bit to the east. Still warm and muggy in Prairie Grove. Yeah, and that's because there hasn't been a whole lot of storm activity yet. So let's do a water vapor, Josh, and show them and just kind of explain why things are evolving the way they are and why it's taken so long. We got to mute that
phone's going off. Right, that's my phone right there.
Is that?
Yeah, it's probably the storm chasers that are out and about.
Let's.
But here's the thing that we've noticed, Dan, over the last several scans with this water vapor imagery, and I think this is the biggest deal right here. The piece of energy, the very strong piece of energy that's moving in from eastern Colorado and southeast Kansas is starting to wobble off to the east.
Yeah.
And typically, if you want higher end severe weather in northwest Arkansas, you need that piece of energy to sag all the way south and east into our area. So I think that's playing a big role as to why these thunderstorms are not taking off right now, especially on the leading edge of that dry punch, because we have a tremendous amount of energy moving through the area, but it's this piece right here that's required in order for us to get high and severe weather. Also, the warm front has stalled out over the river valley. So that's why these thunderstorms are taking off in southern Oklahoma and northern Texas, but in northwest Arkansas, things are not as intense at this time.
So we actually have Peyton Langford. Oh, these chairs. They just keep dropping down.
Sus.
There you go. Dime-sized hail in Siloam. Thanks for that report. We can actually pass that along on NWS chat too, on the chat 2.0 with Slack. So great information, Josh. There's the low. I will say there is a little bit of a southeastern component too, and maybe I'm just seeing it, but you see the low. It is kind of going a little southeast, and we do have this part of energy that is going to be clipping northwest Arkansas. It looks like. But you would see this and you would think these storms would just absolutely erupt. They haven't. And I think the reason for that is that we've had the cloud cover that has been coming in waves. And someone that knows that very well is our own meteorologist, Peyton Langford. We're going to bring him in here. He's actually out in the field. And Peyton, if you can, rotate that camera around horizontal.
Yeah, sure thing.
It should. There we
There we
go.
go.
Yeah.
There we go.
No
Cool.
vertical video here.
Yeah, I know. Rule number 1.
All right. So, what are you seeing and what do you got right now, Peyton?
Well, hearing a lot of thunder, seeing a whole lot of storms off in the distance. Let me turn my camera around, which, as we all know, is a pain.
Yeah.
You got the
it
rear
is.
camera here.
Settings. You got to go to camera.
Yeah.
and
That's got to
did
be
it
But-
really good.
You can really see nice line coming in. Yeah, not a whole lot of lightning actually, but just hearing rumbles of thunder off in the distance. There is a little bit of scud clouds, but overall, it just seems like a pretty thin line of storms.
So, are you located at Arvis Ballpark?
Yeah, I'm just down the road from Arvis Ballpark at an apartment complex, but just had to get a good view.
Whoa. We just got a report. Gas station at the neighborhood Walmart, neighborhood market in Rogers off New Hope set on fire from a lightning strike.
Is there a way we can see that?
Whoa!
Yeah.
From our Pinnacle Parkway cam?
Yep. Let's see.
Also, just saw lightning off to my left. It said it was 0.2 miles from my location.
Was it 2.2 miles away?
Yeah, it wasn't actually 200 feet. It was actually 0.2 miles, probably.
I don't see it.
I can't see it. That's kind of blurry.
That's interesting information.
hold on, hold
What? You see something?
You see it?
I saw a little bit of. Oh, it might just be car. Oh,
Yeah.
Traffic lights.
So,
Yeah, no, that's not.
which one? Neighborhood market off of New Hope. So is that I'm trying to think. New Hope. That's going to be east. Ooh, so the cell that's moving through Siloam is increasing now, and it's also right turning. So
Yep.
this is going to be something that we have to watch. That's that one cell. So Fayetteville.
Oh, wow.
While you haven't really seen a whole lot, yeah, you can see that, Peyton, can't you?
Yeah.
What does that look like to your west? Can you see the structure
My
of that?
west.
Yeah,
Oh, I got to pull out the compass here.
due west.
Oh, well, honestly, the sun.
Give me
Well,
the view, and
wouldn't-
I should
yeah.
know where we're looking here.
I think I'm looking west because the sunset's over there, you know?
Think we got a severe thunderstorm warning on that
I
cell?
think it's going to come on that
No,
There's
looks
got to
like
be it, I'm assuming.
It's got quarter-size hail with it.
one. No, it's actually in Berry County, Missouri.
Berry County, so
Okay.
extreme southeastern Berry County. That's where all the action and all the severe weather has been.
I'm going to make
Um,
a storm track on the storm in Salem Springs because now it's starting to jog to the east southeast, like you said, Dan.
Oh, they have a new tornado watch until 3 a.m.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
They just issued
Huh.
that as well. So a lot of things going. Like we said, man, it can ramp up fast. Now we have additional storms that are starting to pop up. What I'm going to do, Peyton, I'm going to bring this up, make me a little bit bigger. Okay, we'll keep
Yeah,
you on
it's
here.
fine.
But here's a look at the cell that's popping up west of Tahlequah. That's beginning to organize and develop. We've
Yeah.
got the energy. Nothing in the river valley yet. We got additional stuff that could be developing to the west. I don't think that's going to take off, but this is the cell that we're going to have to watch as
Yeah.
it drops to the southeast. Now, the good news is we do have that weather camera from Arvest, and we'll be able to look at it and point it. We're gonna turn the camera. I think your storm to the north is kind of more outflow dominant.
hmm
It sure lines up with what we're seeing on radar, too.
Yeah. So that's the cell.
Well, if that is the case,
Jeez. Playing a baseball game.
Yep. That's
yeah, they
coming
are playing a
right
baseball
toward-
game, surprisingly.
That's right
Really?
towards Siloam. I don't think that's going to last very long. Right
That'd be to my
toward.
right. So that would be. back
Put a
this way.
track on it.
I got it right there.
All right, stand by. Here's a track. Got some new flash flood warnings. Ooh, that storm's starting to look like it's rotating too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're starting to get the low level shear. Things are definitely ramping up here.
Yeah, I heard the alarm go off, but it I can't see anything off like to the west. Like
Yeah, I can't either.
It's hard.
it's all
I can't
behind
either. But
cloud cover.
Let me show you what we've got here
With
real
a-
quick.
Well, would the Graduate Hotel camera have a view?
Maybe.
Maybe, but there's additional clouds and storms. So I'm
But
bringing
it's all
up
this
our-
stuff that looks really
So
impressive. There's a whole lot of scud.
that's looking straight north. So that is
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
that
that's
is
the outflow
leading
dominant line.
Yeah. Outflow dominant, however, the western edge of that cell that's moving into southwestern Carroll County does have a little bit more organization. Let me show you what we're looking at here, Peyton. So here's that cell, which, by the way, has led to the flash flood warning, which is in northern Madison as well as Carroll County. All of Carroll County is pretty much under, except for extreme southern Carroll County, but Carroll County under that flash flood warning. So let's look, and there you can kind of see that rotation beginning to increase a little bit. So we've got towards and away. There's your counterclockwise spin. It's on the leading edge of that cell. The other cell is actually the opposite way. It's cyclonic or anticyclonic, excuse me. So, and then there's that cell that's popping up that's over Siloam. So we got some other questions here. And someone said that Brittany said the clouds that they had in West Bella Vista were crazy.
Right in my neck of the woods, right
Got
there.
some
Brittany.
great rotation. I saw that shelf
Yes.
cloud. It was right when we were ending the 7 o'clock. You could see the shelf cloud rolling in. Just let up in Beaver Shores. Okay, appreciate that. Prairie Creek got hammered. Prairie
Yeah.
Creek got hammered. Yes,
Thumbs
absolute from that storm coming through.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
It looks like that cell over Siloam is gonna
Splitting?
split. Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Sure
the
does.
left mover is probably gonna be the baseball pitcher. This guy.
Yeah, they might be able to hit hailstones the size of baseballs instead of baseballs coming
Yeah.
down.
Whoa. Big CG.
Let's hear if we can. So how long ago? Let's see, about 3, 4, 5. How many seconds?
I mean, just after I saw it, I said, "Whoa!"
No, but how many seconds was the thunder?
Oh, I think it was like 3.
3?
Pretty close.
Pretty close to you,
Yeah.
dude.
Peyton, you're a lightning
Yeah,
magnet.
you
You're a
seem to
lightning
be a
magnet,
lightning
yeah.
human.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty dangerous.
See that hair standing up a little bit.
I think that's the humidity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a whole lot of scud. I don't know how well the camera picks this up.
Here, I can bring it up full. Stay.
Can't hear anything now.
Well, you can't hear anything because I took
There we
us
go.
off the stream, so we can see
Oh.
you better.
Okay.
It looks to me, Peyton, like it's those are outflow, and those are
Yeah.
detached, little low-hanging clouds from the cool outflow. So, still no warning out of that storm in Siloam. No, it doesn't look like it's quite warned yet, but
It's intensifying.
it might be getting there.
Yeah, we might have to try to get on the. Let's see. You know, there's no safe way to get on the backside of the right mover, unless you
can
want to
see
repeat of what
here.
happened to the other
Now we
car.
can see it from Mount
Mount
Sequoia.
Sequoia.
There you can see the structure. There you can see the rain core. Those cloud bases are really low. We're gonna look at the graduate here. Stand by here.
I guess the smart move would be to come back to Fayetteville.
No, smart move is to stay there. I think maybe at 9 o'clock, the story will be that the
All right.
smart
Yeah.
move would be just to stay there. Look at this. This has a little bit of a lowering.
Whoa.
there.
Lightning flash. Oh, that's very noticeable.
So here's the Graduate Hotel.
I think that one's glitchy. I got it pulled up here.
Everything's
I
glitchy.
don't understand it. All right. Pulling up right now.
All right.
There you go.
So there's it. You see that off in the distance, rain core. You
Oh,
that
yeah.
lowering. This is that cell that's developing, and so it does have that look like it's trying to organize. It just
Yeah.
hasn't quite done it yet, but it's trying to organize. That would be what we're watching. Is this right here? If you're wondering what we're looking at, this is the lowering. So this is the precipitation core. we're looking off to the northwest from our Graduate Hotel WeatherBug Network camera, and this is your lowering right in here. So, Peyton, that's a beautiful cloud off in the distance.
Yeah, it's
have
really pretty.
you felt any cool outflow at all? Does it feel like it's
No.
really cool there? No.
Feels stagnant. like,
Stagnant,
really
very
humid.
warm and humid. Yeah. So
But
right there,
A lot
is
going on back
the
there.
developing lowering, and it looks like it's trying. It looks like it's trying to organize. That
Yeah,
would
it's
be-
definitely pretty sauce.
that would be coming towards Fayetteville. So that's something that's a lowering. You got the CG, you got the lightning activity. That does have some rotation in the upper levels. It's the wrong way though. I'm gonna look at we're gonna look at some stuff here, Peyton.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna,
agree.
I'm gonna
It's a good idea
go
to
ahead
sit
and
here.
go ahead and keep talking because that storm's coming. That was a lightning bolt that was really close to Arvis Ballpark. That was the one that you were near.
Yeah,
Are they still playing the game?
Still playing.
I don't know. I mean, we're like 2,000 yards from the stadium, but
Oh,
we're still
okay.
playing when we rolled up.
Zoom in on it.
Yeah, we could check it out and see if they
Yeah.
called it. Here, in the meantime, I'm gonna bring up some stuff, but I'm gonna make you a little bit bigger, Peyton.
All right. Cool. So yeah, maybe you could hear the rumbles of thunder, and that's a cell off to the west, but you can't really see it. There's some cloud cover that's in the way, but eventually we'll be able to see it. But yeah, definitely a lot of thunder and lightning with that. Try to get on the backside for a better look, but definitely a light show out here. But it's kind of hard to see in between the clouds. Yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to get a good shot for everyone. Let everyone know what's going on. A lot of flashes, man. It's really active. Yeah, so that cell is looking to split, and the left mover has typically been the one with the larger hail cores, just because of the physics of the cell. And actually, it's starting to rain a little bit here, just near Arvis Ballpark.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can see the you're underneath the anvil, so just be
Yeah.
careful. Did they call it?
They're still playing baseball.
Yeah,
Still
don't want
playing
any
baseball.
positives.
Not many people.
Might be a good idea to hop in the car.
Not many people there.
We'll see.
Okay, so I'm going to show you this real quick. This is the shear that we're watching, and you can see that shear is increasing in intensity. What's going to happen in order for this to tornado is you got to get just a little bit of stronger southwesterlies, and then that would be a pretty good critical angle right there. Right now, the critical angle is not good because of the surface winds. The surface winds appear to be out of the northeast, according to now this is, just to let you know, this is Fort Smith and the Fort Smith radar. But that right there shows that there could be some shear potential. It just has to increase in intensity. So this is some of the older. Watch how this evolves over time. We'll see if that's increasing. It's trying. It's not perfect yet. So it's the low-level jet's starting to kick up a little bit more.
That could be because that piece of energy coming in from the northwest is still a little displaced right now.
Yeah.
It's a little farther away. Some good structure over the Mount Sequoia.
Yeah,
camera.
back to that. We'll bring that up.
Yeah.
Look at the structure on the Mount Sequoia camera.
Beautiful. Almost a mothership look.
Yeah, it definitely has a lot of lightning. There's more lightning. That was really close to you there, Peyton.
Yeah, that was a pretty bright flash.
Now you know every 5 seconds that you count is a mile. So there's another lightning
Yep.
strike. I'm surprised they're still playing that game.
Yeah.
It's kind of-
I highly doubt it now. If we were to drive over there, I guess we can. Yeah, let's go check out Arvis Ballpark. See if they're playing.
They're done.
Tarp's coming
Oh,
out.
never mind. They're done.
Out. She done. Tarp's coming out.
Curtains.
She done.
But that's the lowering right there. Is it still on there? It's not as organized.
Now, if I go back to the Graduate Hotel camera, we can take a look at that area a little bit
A little
closer.
bit more intense.
It's
Yeah.
not.
It's going to be right there.
It's going to ebb and flow.
Nothing else. It's the shear isn't there. Shear isn't nearly as strong as what the model said.
Nope.
All right, let me get to some more comments here. Any storm initiation after this in Benton County? Probably not. No. I think this is going to be the end of it, don't you?
I think
I definitely think so.
Yeah. That was a pretty quick event.
Yeah.
Seeing some crazy mammatus clouds.
Oh, where?
Probably she's over Kingston. She's in
Oh.
Kingston, so she's got the anvil that's coming over her from these storms. Andrew, you can always share it. You can send it to weather@knwa.com. That's the best thing to do. Send it to weather@knwa.com. That way we all get it. We can all see the photo, Andrew. So pretty easy to remember, weather@knwa.com. Is the Garfield area done for the night? It looks like it. And I mean, it's just weird how these storms, you know how the intensity's there, but not really happening. So there's no tornado warning. There's a new tornado watch. Let's get to that and we'll show you what we're talking about. It's going to be in our eastern weather coverage area. Goes until 3 a.m. Our tornado watch goes for about another 1 hour and 25 minutes. It goes to 10 o'clock approximately. And so you're going to get to see that here as we pop it up on the screen. Peyton, in the meantime, I'm gonna make you a little smaller, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Won't hurt my feelings.
No, you're good. Just so people can see the graphic. So
That's the original.
So this is
tornado
the
watch.
original tornado watch that went all the way to Madison County as well as Carroll County, Franklin, and Sebastian. And the new tornado watch, as we mentioned, is going until 3 a.m. And that's for North Central and Central Arkansas. But storms are just kind of slow to evolve for sure. But yeah, we should do a 3D analysis of that storm splitting. So let's see if it is. Yeah, it definitely is splitting. So we'll look at this and we'll check this out. Looks like it's still struggling to take off completely. So here's a look at Howell Heating Cooling Mega Doppler. We're going to look at this in 3 dimensions. And so you can actually see the core kind of splitting, but it still has a pretty prominent updraft right there. Yeah.
It's pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, cool.
It is
Whoa.
right like that.
Look at
Hold
that
on a
take
second.
off at the end.
Yeah.
Pretty intense little updraft right there.
So that's a sign it's getting a little bit stronger,
Yep.
intensifying a little bit.
Not quite seeing the split right now on this at least.
The other cell kind of died out. If you look at
Oh,
it in
you can
slow
see two
motion.
cores right there.
Yeah.
So you can see one core. That's a hail core that's a little bit higher aloft. And so that's that hail core that was developing. And that's something that we're going to have to watch for sure. All right. So what else do we got here? Is that a track?
Got a new track.
All right. Let's let people know where this is headed.
Yep.
So we'll go back to there's the cell that's moving into Fayetteville. Anything that you need to know, Patrick? Or
Yeah, we want to leave Peyton. We want to take Peyton in the 9.
yeah, he's out there. I think he's going to have a storm rolling over him, and so I think it'll be very fitting. Yeah.
Yeah,
It might-
then for 10, they could be gone by then.
I think they're going to be gone by then.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll leave him out there for 9. I'll pull it back in.
New severe thunderstorm warning
Okay.
and a flash flood.
And that is going to be for, it looks like, Boone County.
I would think so.
I'm imagining it's that cell that's to the north.
That one is a little bit more intense, and there it is.
There it is, Boone County. So we'll put that.
And a flash flood warning that was just now issued.
And 2 flash flood
Yes.
warnings.
Yes.
All right, so we're doing the tracks. Let's bring that up full so you can
Yep.
see it.
I'm going to go back to that.
Before we do that, Greg Reeves, Margie asked, what's SCUD? SCUD is scattered cumulus under deck. So basically it says those little clouds that kind of pop up and develop, and they're not attached to the cloud. So they're called scattered cumulus under deck. What's going on?
Come on.
In the meantime, I'm bringing this up.
Stupid graphics.
I don't know what happened there. What happened?
Okay, it finally pulled up.
Okay, so this right here is we're going to do a couple tracks. This is the worst storm right now, moving into Boone County. 1-inch hail. It's just in the north of Osage, and it's moving towards rural Alpena. If you ever go to Branson, you know that area. You go through it all the time. I always stop at that gas station right before you get into Alpena.
It's a good spot.
Get Charlie's Chicken, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I think so. Yep. It's a good spot. It's a go-to.
Cloud looks like a funnel, but just a cloud. Yeah, scud cloud
This is good.
can sometimes look like a funnel. Can you give us any updates in Bentonville? crazy looking clouds in Siloam. That was about 10 minutes ago. All right, good luck, buddy. My dude outside is making me laugh. His face. So, which was up. All right, can you bring that up full screen? These comments are kind of old. I'm doing this stuff as we go along. Peyton, we're gonna leave you. I don't know if you can hear me. We're gonna unmute your mic.
Yeah, I can hear you.
We're leaving you out there for the 9, just because you got that storm coming in towards you. So
Yeah, I told Lauren to call Patrick because I saw Patrick was in there, and so yeah.
you might get
talked.
some hail too.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
Yeah, pea size, nothing super major, but
Oh yeah, I got my glove just in case.
yeah, the updraft's trying. There are
And
additional
additional
storms that are
storms.
popping up near Stillwell and Tahlequah, and maybe eventually the shear is going to increase. Yeah, lightning has definitely increased as well. Okay, storm track time. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go. All right, so there's the track of the cell that's coming towards Fayetteville. It's literally almost on top of Fayetteville right now. So, ooh, nice little lightning bolt there from Kessler.
Yep, I can move that to it.
But before you do, let's look at that track and let people see that. Bring it up full real quick, Peyton. All right, so Fayetteville, 8:44. It's about another 12, 13 minutes. Harris, 8:56. Durham, 9:05. Asher, 9:17. Japton at 9:20. So far, the tornado potential has been limited. You can tell that the ingredients are there, but there's something that's struggling. That camera's down.
Why? Oh, I didn't click on the right one.
No.
Where's Kessler? Why is Kessler separated here?
Don't do Kessler. Do Graduate.
Okay,
Yeah,
I might need to. Oh,
do the Graduate. So
Yeah.
there's we're starting to lose daylight too. It gets darker earlier now. Wow, lightning. Just nothing really super ominous yet with those cells. We'll watch them. We'll continue to keep you updated. But to reiterate, the wind shear wasn't quite exactly as planned. So that's why the tornado potential, as of at least now, isn't coming to fruition. Number 2, the warm front. The warm front didn't make it as far north as expected. What that does is that prevents the ingredients for tornadoes to make it into the area. So there's a couple things. We don't know that ahead of time. We only know the potential.
Yes.
We only know what could happen. We only know what the possibilities are. We don't know all the details. That's why we say potential. We always stress it's just potential. But the potential can be realized sometimes. That's why we want to continue to let you know about it. Humid and stagnant out here as well. That was at 8:20.
I mean, and you saw that this same system yesterday in eastern Colorado caused strong to violent tornadoes in
Yeah.
a lot of locations. I mean, that piece of energy was very significant as it was moving to the southeast. And of course, like you said, all we've got is the model runs and what they're showing off, as well as looking out the window. And it did look pretty significant yesterday. And there's still, a lot of time during the evening, and that's why we're here watching it very closely, because you never know when it can ramp up. Certainly, the lightning's ramping up
It's a
right
lot
now.
of lightning.
Yeah.
Lightning has definitely increased.
Yes.
So Northwest Arkansas isn't going to see any action. Well,
Well,
I mean, I would consider this action, but as far as tornadoes, we might dodge a bullet.
risk is lowering for sure.
Yeah. And in fact, when we look at this severe weather risk, bring that up here. I think I have it loaded. Is this my show?
This is your show. It was right under the radar.
Who knows where all that stuff is?
It's-
It's just a giant.
I feel the same way.
Well, mine's even worse. Mine's like twice.
Here
as
you
bad.
go. There's the
There's the
newest
update.
risk. You can see it's definitely shifted east a little bit, but it's still in our viewing area.
Still
Yep.
there.
And even a 2%, even the green shaded area could be something. So
Springdale, Arkansas, last March was
Yeah.
a 2%.
We've had tornadoes where there's been no risk.
Peyton just said sus. Yeah, I think he did a few minutes ago. I don't know. I cannot with him. All right, so let's go. Let's see here. All right. Very humid, a little wind in Johnson. Back to the radar now. Whoa, some good lightning there. How are things looking west of Siloam? I think, honestly, that's the end of it. Whoa, that was a big CG.
That was a big one.
So these storms are starting to go.
Let me pull that back up here. That the Graduate Hotel
Yeah.
camera? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me pull that back up.
Yeah. We're gonna
This is a
bring
light
up.
show.
Woo! There you go. All right.
These comments are killing me.
So seems like trying to predict anything at
we're-
this point. It's
really
always up in
is.
the air. It's
Yeah.
the weather. The weather is in the air.
Yes.
Here's a look at let's see here. What do you got? Things starting to kick back up in Harrison. Boy, Harrison's about to get rocked, Melissa.
Get that flash
Just to let
flood
you
warning
know.
too.
So real quick, we'll bounce back to the radar.
Mhm.
Here's a look at the Harrison area. We'll zoom in on that. Harrison, Alpena, Osage. Harrison's just on the leading edge, Melissa, of that storm.
I might keep it on Mount Sequoia. You're going to see all this lightning over it.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
ever turn that
Let's
little-
record that puppy too.
Yeah. That's going to be a nice look.
What did I just do? Hold on.
I think you just accidentally pulled up the. There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
There we go.
Skadoosh.
All right. What's the structure? What's the structure? Is it forming by the mall? You can really see though that the wind shear. Check this out. So I'm gonna bring this up. So you've got, and this is kind of looking more westerly. So we're looking into the core, but the lowering would be here. But it looked like kind of downstream. You got the core, and then you got a little bit of a lowering right there. But I think, yeah, I think you're looking at it straight west. And so if there is a lowering, it's behind the rain core. And that kind of matches up pretty well with the radar.
Great structure, though. I mean, that's a perfect view of it.
Yeah.
You can see everything with that storm.
All right. Let's see here. You can definitely hear that lightning. So Fayetteville fizzle. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, we got this storm that's approaching Fayetteville. And granted, it's not a tornadic storm. But you can tell that energy has definitely moved in. So it's increased quite dramatically in intensity. And it's this cell that's south. Let's see if that's split. Did that
Definitely
split?
split.
Oh, it actually formed south. We're about to hear some hail here coming down in Fayetteville. So if you live near Arvis Ballpark, you're going to be getting some hail. Peyton, get ready for that. Farmington, Fayetteville, you're going to be getting some heavy rain as well. And so we'll have to continue to watch that. But definitely some activity that's moving in. All right, let's get a live look from Peyton real quick. And Peyton, tell me what you're seeing right now, man, and how heavy is that rain coming down? Looks like a pretty good core just to your west.
Maybe just to the east of the core. Yeah, might see some hail here in a second, but over the last couple frames, look like it's been on a bit of a weakening trend. But definitely some heavy rain and quite the light show. Looking forward to being at the top of the 9, very much so.
Now you gotta when you're doing the live shot, make sure that you spin the camera around. There's going to be Lauren, and she's going to be filming you. Are you going to be outside?
What? Yeah, I'm gonna be outside.
Okay, you got to be careful with that lightning. But Lauren is being your photographer, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you should be able to look off to the east and see the lightning and see the backside of the updraft. That might be a really good shot. So yeah, with that storm moving out. So all right, well we'll
Yeah,
keep
if
it
it
up.
moves out here pretty quickly, then yeah, definitely.
Any hail?
No, not yet. Maybe here in about 5 minutes.
There's a good
Just heavy
little
rain.
boom.
You going to the parking deck?
Yeah, right. No kidding.
Zach was mentioning, that was going to be a big one. That's going to be a crack. Get ready for that one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. There it is.
Crackle.
That wasn't super big. Mount Sequoia.
I'm gonna go back to it here.
Why does it do
I don't know
this?
why it does that. We got to figure that out. Something's going on there. I got it pulled up here.
It makes it really easy to bring it up that way, but they're all stills now. Every one of them. We'll figure it
Maybe
out.
we'll
We'll
figure
figure it out, guys. We'll figure it out. Photographs just not quite increasing as much.
No, not in the river valley. It's too displaced from that energy.
My husband's coworker saw a funnel trying to form in Harrison, about took him and the truck semi off the road. Wow.
Those storms are a little bit more intense in Boone County, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, they are.
Ooh.
Should take a look at that hill.
Not sure it was a funnel though, but it could have been. Sometimes funnels appear like scud cloud. You know, scud clouds appear like funnels.
Certainly
But
some
they're
strong
not,
winds,
yeah.
though. That's
Oh,
for sure. Yeah. No doubt about it.
All right, let me go back to Mega Doppler. We'll look at this. It's just our system's acting weird. It really did. It did not behave as expected. One good thing though is that there's a lot of lightning out there, and that would have been pretty dangerous to have a concert with all this.
Don't want to be
lightning.
outside of lightning.
No. Nope. What about Rogers? Well, let's go through this, Francine. You can see that actually Rogers is good now, and that storm is. While there's going to be lightning to your south, I think that's about it for that energy.
Working.
I don't see additional development. That's going to be a loud boom.
So I'm going to tell you right now, Dan, I think Benton County is going to be taken out of the tornado watch.
Okay.
We're about to start clipping some areas out of it.
All right.
We just got a special weather statement for that cell impacting Fayetteville, producing 40 mile per hour wind gusts, penny size hail.
All right.
There it
Great
is.
information. 15 seconds till thunder, which would be 3 miles. Every 5 seconds that you count as a mile. Please update on Gentry. There's no reason to update on Gentry because there's no more
It's over.
storms. It's over.
Oh, event
So you're
canceled.
good.
Tornado watch been dropped for a few counties.
All right. So we'll look at that here in just a second. But just to let you know, Gentry, storm's over. Everything's out. So there's Gentry. No more activity. Everything's good. Let's see here. 826. Trying to get caught up. We got a lot of people
got a lot of
watching this
comments.
stream. Yes, trees down here. Not sure what I'm looking at, but pretty cool. Curious about Gravit as well. Man, you can tell these storms are intensifying. So
That was pretty close to us.
now here's the problem. The risk might be shifting east of the I-49 corridor, which is great. What's not great is that our coverage area doesn't just stop at I-49. We have Madison County, we have Newton County that people watch and can see our stream. We also have Carroll and Boone County. We also have all the River Valley. River Valley is pretty slow to get going, but there is another additional cell that's still
Adair.
struggling too in Adair County. It's not really doing much. Looking at the Echo Tops, it's
I mean, that
Yeah.
storm's been developing for the last hour. and it
it's
hasn't
just
done
like
anything.
it's weird.
It's nothing.
It's
been
weird.
been
If there's
pretty stationary.
if
too.
there's so much energy, then why aren't these storms taking off?
It's
track
prayers,
of that.
man.
We'll find out.
wave
We'll learn a little bit more. Updates on North Fayetteville. Fayetteville's getting some small hail right now. In fact, you're seeing it. So, and this is basically, by the way, Asbel Elementary. If you live near Asbel, Kayla, or Leverett Elementary, Gregory Park, we'll do even one better. We'll show you the subdivisions. Lawson Square, Rose Hill. You're about to see hail. Va Hill, Gregory Park, the VA hospital, Wilson Park, and that's coming really close to KNWA. So we should start hearing some pings out there. Whoa, what is that?
That's Kessler Mountain, right there.
So that's that
A
lowering
little bit
right
of a
there.
sus look there.
I guess all the cameras are frozen. Huh?
We just have to use WSI, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But there it is.
Dan, I'm gonna
Whoa!
That was a good CG.
We missed that. That was a really good one.
I got it on there. Yes.
you open the top of the 9 and then you'll pitch the paint.
Okay. Sounds good. Now, see, that has that structure look right there. You've got a little bit of an organized lowering. Yep. And you've got the rain core that's to the east of that. And that's looking northeast.
I'm not 100% sure. You,
I think that's looking
Zach,
northeast.
you can see on the.
That would be right there. So what you're looking at,
Because it can tell you on the top left.
yeah,
I think that's facing off to the northeast. It has to be. looking at that structure.
like northeast. I
Mhm.
want to say that's northeast. So if you right click, go to presets and do northeast. That's
Yeah, right
exactly
there.
what
Yep.
it is.
Okay.
Well, here's what's happening with Mega Doppler. Right here on the back edge, there's that lowering. So if there's any type of rotation that organizes and develops, it would be that type of storm. And there it
Yeah,
is,
there it is.
starting to show up.
Okay.
So this
Ooh,
is right
okay.
over Fayetteville. It's not strong enough, even close yet, to prompt anything of concern. But this is how storms begin to organize.
That is looking a little bit more organized. We just got a good CG there.
Yeah.
And that does look a lot tighter than what it was earlier. That's for sure.
So we'll see with the next radar scan if that
Yeah.
rotation continues to increase. More CGs there. What CG stands for clouded ground lightning. And there's that rotation that's going right over Fayetteville. We can see Fayetteville looking off in the distance. Those are the lights of Fayetteville. That's from Kessler Mountain, and we're looking off in the distance. So, so that's the update there. Got to stop at Marble, not Alpena. Well, we do that too, Josh.
Chester's chicken.
We've been at Marble. Yeah, it is
Yeah, it's
Chester's.
Chester's chicken.
What did I say? It was
Charlie's chicken. Yeah, it was CC. It was something.
Uh,
Chester's chicken.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
It's been a long, long one.
It's been a fat
Whoa,
minute.
now check this
It's-
out. On
it's-
the east side of this has a little bit more of a lowered structure. And this is the type of stuff that we're gonna have to watch. You see that right there
Mhm.
on the leading edge of that? Right in the middle of the screen.
there.
Come on, camera. Oh man, why is everything not working? So this circulation's starting to ramp up a little bit more and more.
That east southeasterly component starting to kick in.
Oh,
Ooh.
there's a good shot of the lowering. Chester's Cheater's chicken. Chester's chicken, yeah. Thank you, Lisa, for
Chester's.
that. I appreciate that. 8:30, so we got some comments to get through. All right. There's that lowering.
It's
So
getting its act together.
let's show you what we're looking at here. We're going to do a split screen. Can you bring up weather 1 on that computer? Keep watching that.
Yes, sir. That's trouble.
All right. So we go here. We're going to go here. Oh, yeah. When we rebooted this, I got to do this real quick. So we're going to look at.
Ooh.
Well, you can hear it. You can tell the lightning's increasing. You know the storm's ramping up. What is that looking like? Impressive?
It's
Starting to get better?
starting to get better. You can the structure is so well defined right now. You can see this area where the lowering is, and it's a lot tighter. It's getting tighter.
Still very elevated.
It's elevated though.
Yeah, elevated circulation.
Yes.
So we can look at that.
Ooh, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I know.
That was a little bit lower right here with that last CG. Every time we get those flashes of lightning, we can see it a little bit better.
That would be the area.
Mm-hmm.
So let me show you what we're looking at here. Now, that is looking from Kessler Mountain. It's our WeatherBug network camera that's located right here on the southwest side of Fayetteville. So that looking northeast, you can see the hail core that's moving east, and then there's your circulation that's associated with it. You see the rain that's moving away from the radar and towards the radar. And that's exactly where that lowering is located. And so when we go back to our Weather 1 feed, there's the system that's looking off in the distance. Josh, I'm going to ask you to take over here
Yes,
real
sir.
quick. I got Cody Hudson, someone that's calling. What's up,
Yes,
Cody?
sir. So what we're looking at right now, again, this is from our Kessler Mountain WeatherBug network camera. We're looking off to
Okay,
the
sounds
northeast
good. We'll bring
at
it up.
that well-defined lowering.
are
right now that's
you-
going on? Again, this rotation is very broad at this time.
Are you
Zach, I think you would agree with that.
you seeing
Yeah,
anything
looks pretty
over
broad, Josh.
Yes, but it's a whole lot tighter.
But still worth watching.
I want to see that again. But yeah, I mean, look at that structure on the storm. Though
Yeah.
you can tell it's a lot stronger too with those updrafts, a little bit higher.
Yeah,
well.
40,000 feet.
Yep. So it's getting stronger, and you know what I think what's happening too is we're starting to see the low level jet kick
Are
in
you still there?
right now during the
And
evening
what
hours.
that means is that the shear goes up, more
Mhm.
ingredients for tornadoes.
Yep. So this is starting to get a little bit more impressive. We're going to go back here to Mega Doppler
I'm
so
gonna
you can
bring
take
up
another
your
look at what
stream,
you're looking
all right?
at.
Let's see if we
It's
got
this
it
cell
running.
right here that's moving southeast through Fayetteville right now. That's the main concern. very broad rotation. We go up a few tilts. I'm actually going to go up a few tilts.
Oh
on the
yeah, I see
velocity.
it. I see it. Yep.
Again, it's
Still,
broad, but it's tightening up. It's definitely
where are
a lot
you
more
located
impressive than
at?
what it looked like earlier.
definitely
That is for
is.
sure.
3 or 4
I'm going to
miles
go
north of
back
Harrison?
to
Okay.
Weather One here so we can take a look at that Kessler Mountain camera. I do notice a little bit of a, oh, wow. Okay. So we did get to see another lightning strike there. You could,
It's got a detached scud on the backside, and then it's
Yep.
got a little bit of a lowering. You can see that lowering, though. It is very well developed.
It
so
is.
we've got a storm that's starting to organize here just to the north of Fayetteville. It's just to the left of this transmission tower. And you can see
Yeah.
right there, the little bit of
side.
lowering. Not this thing. This is not a funnel. This is just a little bit of a detached cloud with what's called the RFD, the rear flank downdraft. But that's starting to develop a little bit more and more. Something to definitely watch.
yep, that wind shear is definitely kicking in right now.
All right. Well, we've
Low
got
level
your
jet.
stream. We can bring it up. Okay?
So we're going to be pulling up a stream from one of our storm spotters, Cody Hudson, in just a few moments. We're going to get a good
All
look
right. Sounds good. Appreciate
at
it.
this storm as well. But right
All right,
now,
see ya.
we need to be watching this storm very closely, moving right over Fayetteville and I-49. I'm going to make a storm track on this, Dan,
Yeah.
in
Hold
just
on
a few
just
moments.
a sec. Wow. This thing is really struggling.
But right now,
Here's a look at Mega Doppler. Now he is located. That's Cody Hudson. He's located in Harrison. So for those that are watching from the Harrison area, like we said, we cover Boone County. That's very close to the Harrison area. Driving north on 65, you can see obviously quite a bit of lightning. Bring up Weather One. There you go. Get to see that
Perfect.
live stream. And we could do this exactly with. I'm going to let you have control of this with this. So we're
Live
looking at this storm right here that's located in the Harrison area, and that's a look driving north, Western Grove. Speaking of Western Grove, there's the storm that's approaching Western Grove. So Alexis, if you're watching, that's the storm.
that's it right there. Just off to the north.
But not tornadic.
Yep.
See how it's more linear, elongated? Then we got this cell right here that has a little bit more structure to it. It's on the backside. If there is a storm that's going to try to produce a tornado, it would be this one. Just east of
Southern
Fayetteville.
Charlie.
Yep.
That's the one right there.
Tail end.
Yep.
Chester's chicken.
I like that one.
Tail end
We
Charlie.
need to add that to the book right there.
Maybe that's why I said Charlie's chicken.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
exactly.
of tail end.
Yeah,
Charlie.
exactly.
Tail end Charlie is the south end of a complex of storms.
Yep.
That's kind of notorious for developing storms and tornado potential.
How's it going,
Yeah.
Sydney? Yes. Nice to see you. Yes.
All right.
So we're getting ready for the 9 o'clock show. Zach, definitely a storm that we're going to watch southeast of Fayetteville right now, or moving right over Fayetteville at
You
this
want me to
time.
turn that back off?
Right over Fayetteville.
I'll tell you, it's still struggling,
We can do dark
which is
mode.
great. We want that to continue to happen. But as we go throughout the rest of the evening, and it moves in the eastern portions of northwest Arkansas, it is going to get into those better parameters. So we're going to have to watch that very
Yeah,
closely.
because as night falls, the low level jet kicks in,
Mhm.
shear picks up.
All right.
Yep.
In the meantime, I have to. You'll have to control Mega Doppler
Yes, sir.
because I got to set up my show here for Fox.
So yeah, so we're
Yes.
just getting ready for the 9 o'clock show, folks, and I'm sure we're going to be showing off the full forecast on there. on the
Decatur's
South Shore.
good. We're done.
Yep.
Bella Vista, you're done. Storms are over. Watch will probably look at that. Not even a cloud in the sky, barely.
Yeah.
Weird,
Beautiful
weather, man.
sunset.
Sure, it's
Yeah.
nice and cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's how that works. I don't, and it was one and done. A
Yep.
quick hitter. That's the way these storms typically are.
I mean, we did talk about it. I mean, those isolated to scattered supercells. It was
High impact, low coverage.
exactly.
That is almost in stereo.
Yeah, right. The wavelengths right
Yeah.
now between the weather team is just impressive.
You're gonna
A lot
have to
more
bring
impressive.
up Mega Doppler.
Put those storms in Adair County.
They're struggling. I mean, they've
Still
been doing this
struggling?
for the last, hour. They just have not been
Right.
taken off at all.
Those are going to impact Washington County.
Yes, southern Washington County. This storm right here that's going on over Fayetteville, that's got that broad area of rotation, is moving east southeast. That could impact Elkins, Japton, Witter, a little farther down the line in Madison County. I think if you're living in these areas along Highway 74, a little bit south along State Highway 16, towards State Highway 295, towards Hawksbill Craig, you need to be getting ready because this storm is getting a little bit more intense right now. in
Stay
southeast
weather
Fayetteville.
aware.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But otherwise, I mean, we take a wider view here. The most intense thunderstorms remain in Boone and Carroll County, but those storms are starting to progress out of our weather coverage area pretty quickly. There's not a whole lot of redevelopment going on right now. Now that could change over the next few hours or so as that low-level jet kicks in. But right now, the storm of concern really is over Fayetteville, and even that one is not too
You've got
impressive
to
right now.
see the potential, but it just maybe it didn't pan out exactly as planned.
Yes.
I would 100% agree with that.
Mhm.
So we're thankful though. It looks
Fantastic.
like we're dodging a bullet for the Benton and Washington County area. Hopefully it remains the same. North of Harrison, southbound. Okay, so he's going southbound from Harrison. Good deal.
It's fantastic.
Thanks for letting me know.
So let's take a look at that storm relative velocity. Yeah. Falling apart right now, which is great to see.
Yep.
I'll tell you, the boundary being so far south, Dan, that warm front
Made a
just-
huge
it-
difference.
It really makes a difference. I mean, what was so concerning about this system was that triple point being centered right over Northwest Arkansas. You got that surface low, the cold front, warm front, all
what was
congealing
supposed
together.
to happen
That was supposed to happen.
and didn't.
It didn't happen. Because that's when you get those isolated supercells that take off, and that's when you start getting your strong tornado potential as those storms ride along the warm front. But that didn't happen, and so far it hasn't, and that's great. But that front is still draped over the river valley, so we'll have to watch that closely. But still, I mean, these storms are struggling, which is great. Now, here's one reason why we say when thunder roars, go indoors. Check out this lightning strike that was way
Outside of
way outside of that storm. Maybe an anvil crawler. But this is why right here, these lightning strikes are a little bit more intense right now on the southern end of that storm. Definitely becoming a little bit less frequent, though, too. If we go back a few scans here, you can see that storm was
There
a little
has been
stronger.
cancellations of the watch, right?
Yep, there has. Delaware County's been taken out. Southwest Missouri's out of the
Okay,
watch.
All right. Nothing Benton. Yeah. No.
Benton's got to be
County, no.
taken out soon, I would
Yeah.
imagine. Really, I think Benton County's in the clear for
Yep.
the rest of the night.
So
So,
72 in Bentonville.
Yep.
It's lower 80s.
so if you live in Bentonville, Rogers, Bella Vista, and you want to go
Yep.
to bed,
I got you.
you can hit the hay. We are good to go there. And I think once this second storm pushes southeast of Johnson, Fayetteville is going to be in the clear pretty soon as well.
I'd be able to hit the hay.
Right. No
I know
kidding.
you'd be able to hit the hay. Did you get? Yeah.
None. If you're going to ask about sleep, none. I'm telling you, dude, anytime these events happen, I just can't. I can't.
He's tossing back to me.
Yes.
All right.
Um,
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We got Arkansas Children's Northwest. We got a view of that. No. We're good. I'm going to bring that up at the end.
so Dan's getting ready for a show right now, and
So
we'll be getting home in
Peyton
about
should
2
be
minutes.
looking east at the lightning instead of west. West is there's nothing going on, obviously. East is where you got the thunderstorm. Okay. Okay, good. That means he's facing the right way. Huntsville will get a good shot.
It will. Yeah, that's a good point. I can redirect that.
I think
one.
I've got it.
See, right position.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Take it a little bit west.
Yep, I can do that.
So Kessler Mountain. We still have Cody there.
Yep.
Oh, I need to change lightning ties. I need to change ties.
And we're going from a tornado to
Oh boy.
yeah.
That's gonna change the tie.
I think you can do it in 30 seconds. Speed running this tie right here.
Whatever.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
taking out the tornado tie, put on the lightning tie in 30 seconds right here.
45 seconds, Dan.
It's speed
45,
running.
40, 30.
That's a
He's
bold
good.
move.
Yeah, he's good. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. That's from
Yeah.
dodgeball.
We'll see if it works out.
Right, we'll see if it works out. I wish we could show that on the camera. That was really
Yeah.
funny. He was like, "How fast can I do this right now?"
My money is not Dan.
All right.
It's too tough with the IFB.
So we're going to transition now to the
Drop
on-air
it on
coverage.
the-
Stand by for just a few moments, folks. We'll be right back.
Here, hand me the clicker.
2, 1.
Taking you further. This is Fox 24 News at 9.
Some intense storms are moving through our viewing area right now and are currently making their way through parts of Washington County. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight at 9. I'm Anna Darling. Our entire Weather Authority team has been tracking the system all day. We have Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff in the Weather Lab here, along with meteorologist Zach Gilday and Josh Rugger here as well, tracking the storm. We also have Peyton Langford live out in Springdale. Dan, we'll start with you. You know, I stepped outside onto our balcony and I just felt the humidity, the rain was coming down, the lightning was going crazy here in downtown Fayetteville just like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's right. And the storms, you know, like we said, they ramped up pretty quick. The good news is, though, is that we're starting to wind down this severe weather threat. In fact, looking off to the west from Huntsville, not the case because the storm is just moving into Huntsville, and you can see quite a bit of lightning activity. If we look to the west or look to the east from our Kessler Mountain WeatherBug Network camera, we were looking at just a little bit of an enhanced lowering. There was a little bit of weak rotation as these storms were trying to develop. But here's a live look from driving south from the Harrison area. You can see quite a bit of lightning. This is Cody Hudson, one of our live streamed storm spotters that's live streaming. And you can see the Harrison area picking up on that flash flood warning. The heavy, heavy rain and thunderstorm activity. You mentioned it, Anna. A thunderstorm rolling through the Fayetteville area and Springdale and also in the Bentonville-Rogers area. But it looks like things are really starting to wind down on the I-49 corridor, which is great news. But we still have that flash flood warning in effect for Carroll and northern Madison County, and that goes until 11:15. One little isolated cell that's trying to develop, but other than that, everything looks to be pretty quiet. We're still watching for the potential for severe weather development, but I think maybe we'll hold off on that in the River Valley. We still have that tornado watch for another hour for just a few counties. And then we have a new tornado watch that's been issued as those storms are starting to drop to the southeast a little bit more. Temperatures have cooled off, lower 70s to mid 60s and lower 80s in Fayetteville. And now that moisture, as you can see, it's still in place in the River Valley. But we had some storms roll over Arvis Ballpark. Here is a live look from Arvis Ballpark where the lights are on, but the game was delayed. And we've got our own meteorologist, Peyton Langford, who is out in the field. And Peyton, you have that storm come through. What are you experiencing right now, and what does it look like where you're at?
Well, when we rolled up, as a lot of people mentioned on the Facebook Live, it was very stagnant, very humid. It felt like it was about to explode with storms, but it was just a very quick moving line. And as you mentioned, Arvis Ballpark did postpone the game because of lightning and rain, and oh boy, did it pour down here. I thought I was gonna have to get out here and pour in broadcast and just torrential downpour, but it actually started to clear out, and now we just got a nice light show going off behind me. But I know those storms are fast moving and they have made their way to Fayetteville, so definitely gonna keep an eye on those back at the station. So back to you guys, keep watching them.
All right, thank you so much, Peyton. Appreciate that live report and keeping us safe from the field. And Anna, I want to mention too that, you know, we mentioned how all the ingredients trying to come together for this event. Well, there were a couple of things that didn't quite come to fruition, and we're going to explain what those were coming up in the Fox 20 forecast. And you know what? We got a beautiful day ahead tomorrow, so we can enjoy that. But more storms also in the forecast for the weekend.
Yeah, definitely a bummer that Three Doors Down concert had to be postponed today, but looks like Luke Bryan tomorrow is going to be beautiful.
Yeah, it does for sure.
All right, Dan, thank you so much for that. Well, the Food and Drug Enforcement Administration says people are still having a hard time having their ADHD medications refilled. The shortage started back in 2022. Fox 24's Demara Hale tells us how local pharmacies are dealing with these shortages and what they've heard from customers.
The Food and Drug Enforcement.
Alrighty. So I guess the top story is Dan didn't make it with the tie.
He did not make it.
Yes.
It was a
close.
close call.
It was close. But
We
Zach,
still live?
we are.
Yeah.
I switched it back to the top spot. I'm going to say this, and Zach mentioned this. It was a good look. No tie.
Yeah.
You got that Ryan
I
Vaughn
didn't mind
look.
it.
That Ryan Vaughn look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. You can pull it off really well.
Well, I couldn't get it on because the IFB's filter around.
Yes. Yes. I mean, look that right there. Roby said
Yeah,
it
all
best.
Tyler's shirt.
Is that the Storm
Storm.
aftermath look? Yeah. That's exactly what it
Well,
is.
we're not quite done just yet.
Not quite yet.
But the risk definitely seems to be less.
Yes. And
at
that's why
this-
he was
at this point.
that's why he was
And
changing
that's why the
ties.
tornado tie is no longer on.
Yes.
But Dan is currently tying the lightning tie.
Yes.
So you're going to see that in just a bit. But we're going to have to be a little bit quieter because we got the newscast going on behind us.
Yes, absolutely. But we're gonna go back and forth between Mega Doppler and the live broadcast as well. So everybody
Yeah, so
can
right
see.
now you're talking.
We're gonna be quiet. Alright, we'll go back to Mega Doppler here. Let's go look at some of this.
Representative Steve Womack joined today to
Huntsville
discuss
have quite a
support
bit of
for law enforcement and give advice to its new
It's
officials.
gonna be your best.
Says he admires the local leaders throughout our state.
So yeah, we're gonna show weather one here. The storm rolling right into Huntsville right now. There was quite a bit of lightning earlier, but
The
I'm telling you,
convention runs until
it's
August
dying
11th
down.
at the Rogers Convention Center.
so
Also happening at the convention center, 2 state legislative committees met today in Rogers to discuss the issues surrounding crypto mining facilities. The state house and senate committees on city, county, and local affairs met to specifically discuss the Arkansas Data Centers Act of 2023. That act allows the creation of data mining centers here in Arkansas and gives those centers protections from, quote, discriminatory industry regulations and taxes, among other things. State Senator Brian King says the bill is a bad deal for Arkansans because those centers get more protections than average business owners.
what's he talking about?
It's a live shot.
Oh, it's live show? I thought
I
that was great. Yeah. Peyton providing some good entertainment
Yeah.
out there. Knows how to put on a show.
Today,
Definitely,
Senator
yes.
King did propose a study that would
So
look
the
into
lightning
repealing
tie
the
is now
bill,
on.
but that
Yeah.
proposal
And
does
if you live in Huntsville, you're going to be seeing some of that lightning.
Fox 24 is your local election headquarters in Arkansas.
shut it down
Secretary
or
of State
what?
John Thurston
I think
is
we'll show your full forecast and then shut it down.
I need some clip-on ties.
You got some good comments. Look at this comment from Roby. Is this the storm aftermath look?
See, storm aftermath look is when Reed Timmer has no shirt on. Let's go shirtless.
Shirtless mode activated.
I
think we're going to show one more full forecast and then
Okay.
we'll wrap it up. Yeah. So we're going to show one more full forecast of the Fox show and then we'll wrap things up.
Stop recording some of those cameras.
I think Mount's
She
included
won
before the
re-election last November, which means her seat will be up for election again in 2024.
If you want to know which one, go to the 25 panel and you'll see the red
There are
dots.
seasons in life and I.
Oh, you gotta hit off the
Therefore, I'm
record.
announcing today that I will not seek re-election. I'm allowing time for the right
If you see
candidate to
red
step
dots,
forward. I want someone who
right.
will serve
don't
the
see
people and who will
Okay,
advocate
we
for
stop.
those who
Stop.
have no voice.
Might have.
We have a full statement right now over on our website. In more news around the natural state, a
course you
Central
are.
Arkansas
Yeah,
boy
yes.
has won the battle against cancer. Now, the 7-year-old is hoping his journey to beating cancer-free will inspire others to keep on
Oh my
fighting.
goodness.
Our Head Executive
Ooh.
shares AJ's
Kevin's listening to the Thunder Rolls. If you know, you know. MC
3:30 in the morning, not a soul in sight. City's looking like a ghost town on a moonlit summer night. Raindrops on the windshield, there's a storm moving in. He's headed back from somewhere where he never should have been. And the thunder rolls, and the thunder rolls. The thunder
That was really good.
rolls, and the lightning strikes. And the love grows cold on a sleepless night as the storm blows on out of control deep in her heart. The thunder doesn't roll anymore. It's gone.
Benton County.
You can go to bed.
Bedtime. That's about to be me. Bedtime.
Oh my goodness. I got to get this whole show set up and I'm not even close to ready.
Yes. MC
Pop-up.
Cumulus making an appearance.
It's a pop-up right there. See that?
Oh, another pop-up.
Another pop-up.
Think it's gonna die.
Yeah.
Place your bets, please.
think so.
I'm gonna show it on Mega Doppler.
Oh, wow. That takes a long time to load.
Yeah, it's been doing that. The
Yeah,
reboot
it's
made it slower.
really-
You know what's impossible if you try and do an app update and then have like the
Yeah.
camera and
Yeah.
have a watch and warning. It'll stay in your face for like 10 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh,
Like frozen. I was
Of
like,
course.
are you serious?
And
stand by.
Standing.
that was our Tenley's and Hampton reporting. AJ and his mother are now in the process of having his lip replaced. His hearing is
Y'all need to be
progressing
singing
and
Thunder by Imagine Dragons. That's a good one.
I've done that before.
Yes.
With football practice
That
in
is a
full
good
swing for high schools across the area, one school is taking a unique approach at keeping its players
Yeah.
cool.
Tornado watch is
Today,
going
the
to cancel
Springdale Fire
real
Department
soon.
surprised
Yes,
the
sir.
Shiloh Christian football team with an old-fashioned summer soak-down.
Okay. I'm
Head
gonna
coach Tucker
switch
Barnard
this.
says it's a way to celebrate
This one's
all
Fox
the hard
24,
work
right?
and practice.
Yeah.
Who do you think
Yeah.
you are?
Okay, perfect. Just want to make sure we're on that.
Thinking about being a big star. You say you're basic, say it's easy to forecast severe weather. It is not.
It's a
It's
bust.
impossible.
Shiloh Christian has its blue gold game this Friday night at 6 in the benefit game with Springdale High School.
Let's be heard the thunder.
A new
Oh my
report
goodness.
shows thousands of Arkansans
Thunder.
lost their Medicaid benefits last month. We'll tell you why and where those numbers stand. Plus, I'll give you a look at the proactive steps a government agency is taking to keep kids safe in the classroom this year. First, let's check in again. The chief meteorologist, Dan Scott, look at our forecast. Where are we at with these storms now? I know they were just hitting Johnson last we saw.
Yeah, Hidden Johnson moving out pretty quick now. The question is there going to be more storm development in the River Valley? And how long will the storms last in northeastern sections of our weather coverage area? I've got it all coming up in the Fox 20 forecast. The tornado tie, yes, the tornado tie is gone. It looks like that threat is diminishing. In fact, parts of the tornado watch have already been canceled. Coming up in your Fox 20 forecast, we're going to show you what really didn't come to fruition today to cause that tornado potential to be greater, which we're thankful for, but we also have a beautiful day tomorrow. It's all coming up in your Fox 20 forecast after the break. Do we have development in the River Valley now?
Yeah.
Got some initiation.
I just saw that.
Yep.
Or is that just
That's
that's legit?
that's legitness.
Hey, you know what'd be helpful?
Sir.
Our Mount Magazine Weather Bug Network.
No kidding. No kidding. Oh man.
Okay, so Josh, can you set up the thing to be?
Sir.
I still don't have my show set up.
So you want me to set up the
Oh,
line in Blackmagic 2 audio and the
Yeah.
I know.
new PCR. So right now we're in a commercial break. So Dan's getting his show ready right now.
In the middle of the
And-
commercial break.
in the middle of the commercial
Usually you want to do that ahead of time.
Yes. And again, this guy right here, I mean, busiest man in Northwest Arkansas.
What are you talking about? You
Yes.
worked like 20 hours today.
Well, you know,
Try to get some sleep.
yes,
I
will
still
get
have an eclipse presentation that I have to put together too.
Oh yes. What time is that going to be?
2:00 tomorrow.
Oh boy.
And got to move Callie into the dorms.
Oh boy. The
and got a lot of other stuff to do.
do it all weather team. Dan should use the song lyrics while on the air with the radar. Right here we have the thunder, thunder, lightning,
And
the
the thunder.
thunder. Oh my goodness.
Lightning and the thunder.
Anna, you were very clutch there, saying stand by while we were giggling. During
Yeah.
that package.
These guys.
These guys.
Do you have it on the different microphone?
Yes,
so we can
sir.
watch this.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
there's definitely some development going on in Sebastian.
Yes, there is some initiation that
All
we're
right,
watching.
we
very
got to
closely.
show that. Can you? What? In my mind too.
It's
This-
all just like, I love like other times just like on the ground.
They're flying everywhere. I had no time.
This weather is going to make me lose my mind. Up in here, up
Up in
in here. Up in here. Think I'm at Razorback Stadium right now.
The weather's gonna make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Especially in Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah.
All right. I'm ready to
Do we
switch
have
it.
lightning in Huntsville?
Not as much anymore. It's just died out.
Wow.
I mean, just very, very occasional.
Maybe
Sporadic.
take that and point that north.
Yep.
Point that camera north. I think we might get some more lightning.
For the
Yes,
Huntsville?
for
Yeah.
Huntsville. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look at the development southeast of Tulsa. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't believe.
Your Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff.
A little bit of a turbulent Wednesday evening, and it started off turbulent too in the morning. And by the way, we are streaming this weather coverage. We've been covering these storms as they moved in and became severe warned, knocking on our doorstep. Notice that we had kind of mix of clouds and then sunshine, and then more clouds and then sunshine, and then we had that storm roll through just a little before 9 o'clock. Now here's a live look from Huntsville. It's obviously a little dark, but you can see some flashes of lightning off of the distance, and Huntsville just a little south of the main part of this thunderstorm. Heil Heating and Cooling Mega Doppler showing some thunderstorm activity, and you can see this line of storms. This is not tornadic by any means because they're not the isolated supercells. One thing it is bringing, though, is heavy rain potential, and you can see all of those flash flood warnings lined up and down this storm system. But when we look off to the west, there just really isn't a whole lot of development, maybe a little bit of isolated development at the very end, just southeast of Tulsa. And the River Valley is primed for severe weather. However, the focus for thunderstorms is a little bit farther north, and I'll show you what I mean. But there's that storm that's moving into southern Franklin County that we'll be watching. Well, there was quite a bit of lightning. There was some heavy rain, and it was right in the Rogers area, Bentonville. We saw a lot of comments on social media, on Facebook saying, man, the wind picked up quick. There were some trees that were knocked down in Seligman in southwest Missouri. Bella Vista had some pretty strong winds and even some rotation in some of the clouds. Temperatures right now, much cooler thanks to that rain-cooled air. 69 degrees. Look at the temperature, 69 in Cassville and 67 in Harrison. So all of this area, that's tornado done. No more tornado risk. Now, farther south, you got a little warmer weather, but we're not seeing the thunderstorms. But boy, is it still humid. You got dew points in the mid to upper 70s. So the atmosphere is primed, but it doesn't matter how primed it is. If you don't have storms, you're not going to realize that potential for thunderstorm activity. It still feels like 90, though, in the River Valley. All right, the latest tornado watch goes until 10 o'clock. Notice, though, that the eastern rows of counties, those have a tornado watch that go until 3 a.m. So that's been extended. Now, it won't go for 3 a.m. for our weather coverage area because that's on the western side of that new watch. But several counties have been excluded from the tornado watch, and I think coming soon to a home near you in Benton County, the watch will be expired here pretty soon as well. Now, what happened today? Well, the storms didn't initiate quite as early as expected. Also, not only that, the warm front did not make it as far north, and that was a key player in our weather forecast. But there's the thunderstorm activity. Notice how the back edge just really doesn't have any more development. A little bit of isolated development popping up in Boonville, and that is moving into that tornado watch area. So here's a look at where the front is. It's a stationary front. It was a warm front that was lifting north, but you know what? We had cloud cover. We had some mist and drizzle and some light rain, and that prevented that warm front from lifting northward. Now, if that did, the storms that came through this evening, they would have been a lot stronger. There's another thing that prevented the thunderstorms from developing, and it's this. The low pressure system kind of made its way eastward a little bit more instead of dropping southeast. So the energy was lagging back a little bit. That's why the thunderstorms took a little longer to develop. We still have those rain chances. They drop off pretty quick tonight. Tomorrow night, another round of storms. I don't think it's going to be quite as intense, but still the potential for some thunderstorm activity. Notice, though, Thursday looking absolutely great. Three Doors Down is probably not saying rain is a good thing, but Luke Bryan, the concert's looking good for him. So notice, though, how the future track shows the storms moving out of the area, and that's going to be the end of the risk. And I wonder if any development really does take place in the River Valley. So the significant storm potential is beginning to wind down. I'll show you the update, too, on the tornado risk shifting east. And tomorrow we're looking at a beautiful day, seasonable temperatures. On Friday, there's the storm chances ramping back up. That continues into Saturday through Monday. It's all in the overnight hours too, Anna. So more of those rumbles of thunder in the morning. If you have a child or a dog or a pet that doesn't like storms and severe weather, they're going to be a few restless nights. So just kind of like the weather team and all of us watching that. But tomorrow, really overnight tonight, I think we're starting to wind down this severe weather threat. So those were the two things that didn't happen, though. The energy kind of moved a little more easterly. And, 2 days out, a day out, it's kind of tough to predict that.
Yeah.
And then the warm front not lifting as far north. Those are the two underlying factors that prevented our severe weather risk.
Well, I'm glad that there was no irony for Luke Bryan tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
The rain is a good thing, is a
Yeah, it's a-
great song of his, but I'm sure when rain ruins his concerts, it's not a great thing. But
hopefully he's healthy too. Have you heard? He's been
Oh.
canceling a lot of concerts because he's been sick. So,
Oh.
but
well,
I think
hopefully he'll be well
he's got enough
rested.
time. Last time he came to the amp, he was sick.
Oh man,
So
poor
hopefully,
guy.
hopefully he can get healthy. Get healthy.
Yes. Get healthy, Luke, if you're watching. All right, Dan, thank you so much for that. Well, coming up in your Pig Trail Nation report, the team takes a look at another senior leader in the secondary who's looking to take a big step this upcoming season. Stay with us.
All righty.
There you go.
Is that weak?
As I think we are
As Zach
gonna,
says, weak sauce.
yeah,
Weak sauce.
weak
It's weak
sauce.
sauce.
Yes.
All righty, guys. Well, that was flying by the seat of my pants. I just did that update and I had no idea. It was like graphics roulette. I don't know what was coming up, but
That's my favorite thing to do when I first joined here.
those are the two things, by the way. Yeah, you put like a frost when it was like in the middle of summer.
It
or
was
something
like
that.
120 degrees
Yeah.
outside. And we got the frostbite index.
I was like, what?
That's awkward.
Power's out at your house. Where is that, Isaac? That's
Ooh.
got to be in northeast
It has to
sections
be.
of the weather coverage area. Here in Western Grove, I think most of the real bad stuff went north of us. Yeah.
Mhm.
You still have another wave of energy, Alexis, that's coming in. That's got a little bit of a stronger cell. But so he said, Isaac, power is out. I mean, the storms weren't like super weak, but they weren't super strong.
They were not. Definitely not significant.
They could have been, yeah. And the reason we mentioned it, the warm front, the energy lagging back, all that stuff, we can't tell. Those are small scale, fine scale details where we just don't have the pinpoint precision accuracy that I know a lot of you request and require, but
We wish we
we're
had.
only as good as what we can get.
I always
Hey,
say
it did
this-
storm.
yeah.
There was lightning. It would have been a bad idea to have the concert. Maybe if they delayed it, it would have been better, but still.
Hindsight's
people would've-
2020.
Yeah.
I think that the threat was so high that
The threat was high.
I'll
that
tell
it
you.
was- it was a good call.
I
I'm
think
telling you this, there's going to be a lot of meteorologists saying, yeah, we didn't think that was going to pan out the way that it did either.
yes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I think we had just enough shower and storm activity as well throughout the day. I think that kept the warm front south too.
Yeah,
that
it
that
did.
Cloud
definitely
cover.
plays an influence on that.
Yeah.
Um,
Alexis, just let you know, there's another storm that's coming in. Let's show them real quick.
Yep.
On
Mega Doppler.
Ohio Heating Cooling Mega Doppler. So Western Grove getting a lull right now, but this is that back edge of that cell that's coming in. And so there's going to be some heavy rain, additional heavy rain. You're not done yet in terms of the heavy rain, but there's really honestly no rotation that I'm seeing on that. So you're all good for there. And that's about it. And cells trying to pop up, but
just
nah,
dissipate. They
they're
go
just
down.
not doing it.
Yep.
So, all right, guys. Well, that about runs the gamut here for this Facebook Live for Peyton, Josh, Zach, and I, and even Anna back there.
Yes.
And say bye. All right. We'll see you guys later. If something does blow up, we'll let you know about it. But until then, have a good one. Thanks for watching. God bless. We'll see you later.